Miriam Cheltenham, Lotong Facility Kongai, Pi Nation of Santa Isabel, Noquan, Antoinette Duro, Patty Duro, and John LaChapa. I go to Haskell Indian Nations University and I'm majoring in social work. Hey everyone, my name is Priscilla Ortiz. I'm from Rincon and Santa Isabel, and my grandparents are Antoinette Duro, Patty Duro, and John LaChapa. And I'm a student at Haskell Indian Nations University majoring in social work.
Miriam, Notung Anthony Ka, Non Marshangai P. Sanavir, Noquam Josephine Cole P. Gary Hurtado. Hello everybody, my name is Anthony. I'm from Rincon and Sanavir in Arizona, and my grandparents are Josephine Cole and Gary Hurtado. And I too am a college student. I go to UC San Diego and I'm majoring in public health. And today we're going to be showing you guys how to pick, gather, and prepare willow for a traditional game, a traditional Senyo game called Muxát. And later on we'll show you how that game works. But right now we're going to start with how to gather the willow and where to gather it. Just a little bit about willow. It usually grows within the banks of rivers along water systems. That's where you can find it. And with the recent droughts, there's been a decrease in the amount of willow around. And out here on the reservation, since there's been a lot of rain going on in the recent years, we've seen a recent increase in willow around all the rivers, and as well in creeks like this one right here that we're at. And this right here is actually a lot of willow, which was planted by somebody from here. So it didn't grow naturally, but this is a willow that you find all around here. So we're going to be picking from here today.
Okay. And we already found the stick that we want, but when you are looking for willow to make your Muxát game with, you want to find a really straight shoot, not
Pretty
too
tall,
thin either.
About an inch or 2/3 of an inch
thick. But we found one right here. Anthony's gonna start cutting it, but before we do, or while he's doing it, I'm just gonna offer some water to our willow plant right here, around him. And we've always been taught to offer water, offer tobacco when you're going to harvest, just to show thanks to that plant for giving their life. And also another reminder, when you are picking some plants anywhere, you don't want to gather too much because you want to leave enough of the plant back, so that it can grow back.
You don't want to take too many of its branches, and we only need one for today because we've already gathered a few. And so we just need to get the rest, so we're just going to take one nice long one for the rest. But yeah, if you're ever picking multiple branches, like she said, don't pick all of them from the same tree because you don't want to kill the tree by taking too much. Okay, so now we have our nice long willow branch, and here are the willow leaves themselves. Oh yeah, I don't know if we mentioned, but willow branches were used traditionally to build houses, which we called kicha. And we use that because the willow branches are really bendable, so they were good, and they were very sturdy, and they were good for making houses. And the branches and all the leaves were used to cover it and build walls. So we're going to take it back to the center now and prepare it for Muxát games.
So before we take our branch back inside, we're just going to chop it off a little, about right here, because we don't need all these thinner branches. We're probably going to use the leaves and everything. We just want to show you guys every step of this. And that's it, just so that we have that long sheath. And then we're going to take off our branches on the side, and it'll just make it easier for us to work with. So now we're back in the center, and we've chopped it a little smaller so that it's easier to work with. And then we're just gonna get our ruler, and well, I am, because I like to use a ruler, and I'm just gonna mark every 2 inches because that's how big the dice are gonna be. And I like to just do that to keep consistency before I chop it all the way through. So I'm just marking, but Anthony is gonna get to chop it.
so now we've got all our pieces chopped up in about 2 inches long, like that, and we're gonna go ahead and peel the bark off of each of them. Now you can either use a knife just to make the process a little easier to help you out, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and split this one down from the top like that. If you wanna get it close. So I'm gonna split it all the way like that, and then I'm just gonna take it off all the way around, and yeah, I'll get all of that. Here's the bark, which is actually there's some green substance inside. It has a lot of medicinal purposes, so this could be used as medicine, or like can be brewed into like a tea and things like that, which could help with things like
inflammation of your joints and membranes. It can help for headaches, and if you're like an elder suffering with arthritis, you'd probably be drinking or would want to drink some willow bark tea.
Oh.
That's also something that we make here at the center. We have a medicinal plant project. That's why we're gonna keep all the bark that we're peeling off. We're gonna implement that with our medicinal plant project, and we're gonna make some willow tea bags. So if you do buy tea from us at the Ed Center, it's gonna be from the bark of our Muxát games. We like to use every part of the plant that we're given when we gather them. So that's what we're just kind of combining 2 projects into one. But now we're gonna finish peeling this willow off.
So we finished skinning all of the pieces, and now we're gonna take these outside and chisel them with a hammer and a chisel to split them in half. All right, so now we're outside, and we're gonna chop everyone in half from the middle down, just like a log. That way we have, each one makes 2 dice itself, so that's each half equals 1 die. So we'll cut it. See? So this is 2 separate die here, and then we're just gonna keep on chopping them. That was a good one. Okay.
I liked it.
Try not to talk. Sorry, hit the table. Table again.
So we just got done chopping our dice down, and we have a finished set right here that was finished a few days ago. You can see them. They're painted now. So,
and they're in sets of 4.
Yeah. Before we start, we're just going to explain why they're painted different colors on each side. So when you play the dice game, you run on a point system, and the white sides mean that you get a point, and the dark sides, or the painted side, means that you don't get any points. So if you were to land like this, you'd have 3 points. If you were to land like this, you'd have 2 points. However, if you were to land like this, all 4 white, that means you get 4 points, and you can roll again. So that's a good one that you want to try to get. And then you get none of them, that's kai hicha, that's no points, and you get to just pass your dice to the next person. So now me and Anthony are gonna play the game.
But when you're playing, you only play with one hand, and she got 3 points right now, so now it's my turn. So I'm gonna roll the dice with one hand, And when I shoot, usually I want to say the word wasa, which means 4. So when you shoot, you go wasa, and you want to try to get 4, but I only got 2 right there, so I have 2 points. That's how much I get.
Where?
And usually this game is played with about 4 people, but you can play with more or less. But
3
optimum
points.
amount of players is usually 4. So what are you at, 6?
Yeah, I'm at 6.
I'm at 2. Oh no, I have 3 now.
2.
Alright.
Now I'm at 8.
8. So yeah, that's the gist of the game, and we play up to 20 points. So the first person to get to 20 wins. So.